To find true love is to find a real core essence of you. Because that's what feeling is. So the only way that we can truly start feeling is through the body. Because here's another thing. That the mind is very deceptive. Because it's conditioned. It's conditioned from the moment we are born. And after 3 years of age, we develop what is called an ego. Okay? When you're called a name, etc., etc. And, oh, I am Burt. You see? Oh, Burt is a nice boy, therefore I begin to think I'm a nice boy. Or Burt has been a bad boy today, so now I'm beginning to think, oh, I'm also good and bad. Okay? Or somebody smacks me and says, no, that's wrong. And from now on I'm going to feel guilty when I do that particular no-no. You see what I mean? So this is how we build up this ego. But in truth, none of this is real. It's all conceptual. It's all imagination. Because reality itself is this pure feeling, this knowing, this now. So there are two things that you already know. And all you need are these two things. That's all. To be fully awakened. These two, only this. The fact that you exist, which of course you already know. I am. You see? And now is the only time there is. In fact, it's not even time. Now is the only reality. There's nothing but now. Combine these two, which are really one, and that's it. And that's it. You're awake. If you can feel it, you see? Now, when you feel something, you begin to live from it automatically. A person can hear this speech and go away with a lot of thoughts about it. Okay? And that's not it. But if you start feeling it in your knowing that this is not something to conjecture about, it's not something to conclude, it is who you are. And that's eternal, because you are this now. The I am that I know exists is now. How can now die? So you begin to see that you're actually an eternal being. There's no beginning or end to you. Who you are. The rest is an appearance to house this great thing that now can say I am. See, Jesus said the greatest mystery is how Christ lives in every heart. And yet it's the same one Christ, because there's only one Christ, right? One being, one love, one. That's it. Just like now is one. What is happening here and what is happening in Bombay is happening right now, this second. But the time is totally different. That could be morning in Bombay and here it's night. You see? Time is totally immaterial. Time is simply to keep order of sequential events. You see? Because everything changes. But because everything changes, we can know the timeless. Are you with me? Because everything changes. Now, if everything changes, how do you know that everything changes? How do you know that everything changes? What part of you knows that everything changes?
The being inside.
That's right, the being inside, the knowing inside that does not change. You see? In the morning, you're this person. At noon, you're this person with different thoughts, different feelings. In the evening, you're different. You see? But the one who watched it all is unchanging, is always watching. That watcher is the unchanging part. You see? That never dies and never born. So that unchanging part is pure feeling. Okay? That is the feeling, the watcher. Now the nature of that, in yoga they call it Satchitananda, it's bliss. It is peace itself. It is love itself. And that's what true love is. But the key question is how we confuse feeling through thought, and then thought becomes an emotion. Okay? Now I'm going to like to explore this with you, because you're hearing these words and this is not good enough. It's you know, to feel it more. Let's say right now I ask you, let's say I ask you, because you're just your first time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Who are you right now, this moment? Ask yourself, who am I?
I am.
Hmm?
And I am asking myself.
Yeah. And okay, answer me now. Who are you? You have no words.
No.
No. Isn't that beautiful? Now, what if, at this moment, accept it fully, enjoy, and say, I don't know who I am. You see? And the moment you say that, you begin to know. But know what? Know that you are so vast, so grand, that this mind cannot answer it. Are you beginning to feel it? You see? When you start feeling it, nobody knows who they are. But they all act as if they do. Everybody goes around thinking as if they do. You see? And then you wonder why we have wars and conflict. Because that is the greatest. It is the unknown and accepted unknown, which is the greatest wisdom. Why? Because the moment you admit you don't know, you put a stop to the conditioned mind. You see? You put it aside for just a moment. And what was it activated is the knowing. And the knowing is not something you know. It is a knowing. When I ask you, how do you know you exist? Immediately you say, I know. I just know. Right? That knowing, that is the knowing. Now, if you were to say, oh, I know what you're talking about, I know all this, that's perfectly a way of saying, I don't know. The moment you say, I know, you are proving that you really don't know, because you made it conceptual. You see? You made it into a thought. Now there are two feelings. They're not feelings, actually. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. There are two words I'd like you to feel out. Guilt and innocence. Is guilt a feeling?
No.
No. What is it then? What is guilt? What do you feel guilt is?
Guilt is thought, activated thought turned into emotion. But it comes from resentment. But it's definitely related to thought.
It is thought, isn't it? Right. So guilt itself is just an impression. And what is that impression? Remember in the beginning we were saying how you grab these thoughts from space? What is it that grabs them? We said it's a feeling of lack, isn't it? That feeling of lack is what?
It's a learned idea.
That's what,
An idea.
An idea? Okay.
But it's emptiness.
What is?
Emptiness that's really there. There really is emptiness.
Yes.
That there's some need to fill.
That's right.
That's what it is. It's some need to fill, but where does the need come from, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, what is the need?
Very good. So let's stick to what Sophia just said. In truth, I don't know who I am. I just am. I'm just here. I'm just, I'm so vast. But if you don't know that, you feel something is missing. That's where the need comes in. If you don't know you are this space, if you don't know you are this presence, this love, then you go about seeking it through someone or something. Automatically, that need, which is feeling itself incomplete, is guilt. Is known as guilt. Have any of you read the Course in Miracles? Okay, then you have an idea what guilt is. Okay, beautiful. And that's what guilt is. The feeling, because you don't know who you are, you're trying to make something. You feel a lack, but you don't know what this lack is. You don't know what you're lacking, but you don't feel complete. I feel like